Hey everybody, welcome to day 38 in our cycle series. Get the kitty out of here. All that you need today is your body. So we're going to go body weight. We're going to be on a timer and let's get started. Go ahead and bring yourself to your mat on your back and we're going to get some pelvic alignment and some hip openers. So tuck your left knee in, extend that right leg straight, rotate both ankles, and then switch your legs. Give yourself some time to feel the pelvis kind of level off and neutralize on the mat. And then switch. Grab deep into that core, tucking the chin in. So you really shouldn't feel any tension in your neck. The more and more that you get strong in your core, then the less and less you'll feel tension in the neck when you do any type of crunch or sit up. Okay, we're going to switch and do just a hamstring pull. So give yourself just a little pulse tug as the leg comes in. Give that little stretch to the hamstring. Feel the core stay strong. We'll go 3, 2, and 1. All right, set your feet on the ground. Have your legs be just a little bit wider than the hips. Both knees are going to drop to the left. Put your arms out wide in a T. Palms are on the ground. Drive both knees toward the ground and then take your left foot and put it on top of your right knee. We're going to take a couple breaths here. Just give a little bit of stretch through the front of the hip all the way up into that right shoulder and pec. Release your foot and bring your knees in. Rotate to the right. Put your right foot on top of the left knee. Get that stretch and opening through the front of that left hip all the way up into your shoulder and chest. Perfect. All right, release and bring it on back. Hug both knees into your chest. Tuck in your chin, just round through the back. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. So we have a lighter day today, so we don't have to go high intensity or super heavy weight. We're going to start off with a glute bridge. All right, ready, set, and go. So everything's going to be at 30 seconds. We have 0 transition time, but we'll give ourselves just a couple seconds to get there, obviously. Go ahead and hit up and down right now with those glute bridges. Just that isometric flexion, your own flexion in the glutes. These take a little bit of time, but quickly you can feel that grab and the heat build by your own flexion, your own self-heat. At the timer, we're going to hold the hips up and do an isometric. So hold, isometric, single leg hold. Pull your right knee in as tight as you can toward the chest. Keep driving up through that left glute. Trying to keep your hips level, making sure to not put tension or pressure in the low back. So keep pulling the right knee in, lifting through that left hip. Feel the left glute engage. That hamstring is starting to scream. Keep that lift and then switch. So right leg's going to drop. Left leg comes in. Tight, tight, tight. Keep that lift. Drive up. Find that extension. You got it. After this, we're going to go into a supported side plank and hit up leg extensions. So we're going to go from the big part of the glute and the hamstring into that glute medius and the abductors. Keep that height. Flex in tight. Time. Okay, so just rotate onto your side. Left hand, left knee. Open the hips. Make sure that you find lots and lots of flexion through the core. Flex your foot. Keep the legs super straight and strong. All right, after this, we'll hit up the other side. Oh, shoot, I failed to mention, you will need a box or a bench or a table if possible. If not, don't worry about it. We're just going to do, okay, rotate to the other side. We're going to do an isometric Copenhagen for our adductors, for the groin muscles. So I'm going to use this box. If you don't have a box, don't worry about it. You can just use the leg on the floor. We've done those before many times. So I'll show you what to do on the floor, and I'll show you what to do for the box. Right now, you should feel that upper outer glute, core super strong. Time. Okay, so you'd lie on your side. If you're on your right elbow, you put your right leg behind or your left leg behind, lift and lift. That's your support. If you're using the box, you're going to put your left leg up on the box, right hand on the ground, flex into that groin, and then hold your isometric flexion here. All right, so either way, the goal is to be feeling the top supporting inner thigh. Rotate those shoulders back. Now we hit our other side. From side to side, feel all those different changes and set up. Open that chest, feel the core engage. From here, we're going to go into a wall sit. If you do not have a wall, then you can hold a squat. So lots of isometrics today. Time. All right, just hold a low squat if you don't have a wall. Otherwise, sit on the wall. So again, this is up to you, finding your own self-flexion, building deep into those thighs, trying to get your knees 90 degrees, your thighs parallel to the ground. After this, we have an X sit. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so you'll plant onto that right foot. You're going to take your left leg behind, sink as low as you can. If you can't get all the way to the ground, don't worry about it. And we're going to come all the way back up. Stay on this side, and then we're going to go to the other. Driving off that single leg. So we're really building some mobility into the hips, pushing ourselves up from the ground, hopefully without hands, just using the flexion and muscle of the legs. Other side. After this, we get to go back to the top to our glute bridges. You can feel the difference side to side here. If you need to use your hands, it's fine. If you don't go all the way down, just come into that lowest point that you can get back up from, then that's okay too. Drive up from that heel still, sink down and up. Okay, back to our glute bridges. Now we have the round. We have 4 to go. Tighten in, find those glutes. Heels should be right underneath your knees. Squeeze the knees toward one another. They're not touching, but you have pull in between. You're trying to wrap those thighs as much as possible. Pulling your heels back towards your shoulders helps find some traction. Okay, now pull your left leg up as tight as you can, in toward the chest. Drive through that right leg. Oh, push, push. Feel the glute. If you're feeling the quad, drive more into the heel and pull the heel back toward the shoulder and take your brain to that glute. Force your body to put the work where you want it. You have to try, you have to connect, switch. Right leg in, left foot on the ground. You got it. Push through that glute. Feel the glute. Feel the glute. You got it. After this, we're going to go into our side leg extensions. Come on, come on. Stay with me. Push up, drive. Find that hold. Okay. Drop onto the ground. Hand and knee. I'm going to do those extensions. Make sure that you have lots of push through those hips. So you're pushing your hips forward. Open through the chest. Feel both sides of the glutes engage. You got it. Flex in nice and tight. Build your own self-flexion. Switch to the other side. Okay, from here, we're going to go into our Copenhagen. Make sure the hips aren't pushing back. I kind of have to watch that myself. Flex the foot. See how much flexion you can find in that thigh. Push the hips forward. Flex through the core. 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to hit that Copenhagen. Press into that box, or the legs behind you. Stabilize that hold by contracting through the back. Open through the chest. Flex through the core. Don't just get where you're going, but super engaged through the process. Okay, switch to the other side. Ready, set, up and hold. You got it. Nice work. Hold that flexion. Lift nice and high. Feel that supporting top leg do the work. Okay, from here, we're going to go to our wall sit, and then we'll have our X sits. All right, here we go. Drop it in. Find those flexions. I find I build a lot more heat if I think about trying to knock the wall over behind me. Pull your low back toward the wall. See if you can pull your shoulders into the wall. Build some posture training along the way. All right, exit. Start on that second side. For me, it's my left leg. Drop in and then out. Ooh. Flex deep into those legs. You can feel how much the core has to work also. Get us where we're going. Beautiful job. Lock and load. Find the pace that works for you. It's the beauty of a timer. Time, other side. See if you can get that toe to point straight ahead, and then the knee tracks with that toe. Lifted chest. Find the core. See if you can keep the shoulder blades pulled back. Next up, we're going to have our glute bridge. Back at the top, start of our third set. Drive the hips, feel that flexion. Hold at the top or go up and down. Your choice. Tighten through. You've got it. Feel those glutes do the work. Super important. Okay, pull that one leg in. Super important to be able to find your glutes. They are very little utilized today. In our culture, we sit a lot more than we used to. So then we start working out. We start squatting, walking, running, and our glutes are not there to support. And then we end up with knee issues, back issues. Switch. So really learn to target the glutes to help everything else, all the other functions in life, keep the body working the way that it was built to. It's a powerhouse. It's the function of holding support on that pelvis. We're going to go into our lateral extensions next. Keep those hips high. Build the glutes, build the glutes. Okay, drop. Supported side plank, super open chest. Push the hips forward. So you should have open hip flexors right now. They shouldn't be hinging back at all. Open, open. Tighten the belly. These are getting a little tougher, a little faster. It's exactly what we want. Switch to the other side. We have 20 seconds here, then we're going to have our Copenhagen. Second side, you should feel a little faster. Should feel like that leg is 200 pounds by now. Make sure you're not compensating. Find the abductors, find the glutes. Time. Again, we don't want to find the quad. Oh, I got my hand too far away. There we go. Set it up. Flex both thighs, keeping the core. Lengthen through the body. 3, 2, and 1. Switch to the other side. Set it up. Open that chest. Find your inner thigh. This is also poorly utilized. Building all those accessory muscles to keep things functioning the way that they should. So when we hit our heavy days, time, even our lighter days, our legs, core, and pelvis are supported, ready to go. All right, we're on that wall. Drive the back into the wall. Pull the belly button back. You can feel that relief on the low back. It feels so nice. Feeling that flexion all the way around the thighs. Tight, tight, tight. All right, back to our exit. Sink it down. Drive it up. Take a second, just check in with the body. Notice what you're feeling. Enjoy that little bit of work. Time. Hit the other side. Lock that belly. Good. Enjoy the ability. Get down and up off the ground. Looks good. All right. On our backs, glute bridge. 2 rounds to go. Flex in. Find that connection into the glutes. Feel the core build and flex. Get the hamstrings firing. Time, okay? Lift. Pull one knee in. Keep that push through the glute. Keep your knee pulling kind of toward the midline of your mat. Just check in. See where your body's trying to compensate. Get that glute, get the hamstring. Shaking on fire. You should be feeling the same. You have to put the work in. Switch. Train the muscles to work just a little harder, just a little deeper. If you have one side that's a little stronger, it's not going to burn as fast. So you have to find that flexion faster, more intensely. Find your traction. Stay with your breath. Time. Onto your knee and hand. Side extensions. Open. Get that arm set where you want it. The work here is targeting that abductor, but where else can you put some work in? Where else do you feel the flexion? Inner thighs, the glute on the bottom leg, the core as you're wrapping, the serratus anterior behind your hand or behind your armpit. Switch to the other side. Open chest, locked belly, flex the thigh, pull the toes back, push the hips forward. Woo! Yes. That second leg always a little tougher. It's pre-fatigued. You're not worried about your height, your range. You're worried about keeping the contraction in the right place. All right, set that foot behind or up on the box and lift. Check in with your breath. See if you can close your mouth. Breathe in and out your nose. And turn. Take a little focus from our yogi friends. Isometric holds are great to breathe through. Focus on your breath and your flexion. Wall sits are next. Time. All right. See what you can find here. Lock into the core. Time. Exit. Woo. Be able to just laugh at yourself sometimes. Beautiful job. Come on, keep it going. Other side. One more round after this. Keep those connections and flexions. Time. Drop onto your back. Up and down with those glutes. Feel the work where you want to put it. Glute bridges are a great kind of build up and prep work for a deadlift. You have that push back of the glutes, that hinge. Okay, pull one leg in. Then you have that opening of the hip flexor. Woo! See if you can tell if your pelvis is neutral and in place. You got it, you got it. Connect and flex. Feel that leg switch. You got it. Nice work. Flex it in. Hold it together. Find the glute. Keep it out of the quad. Try to keep that pelvis square. Side plank leg extensions are next. Time. Woo! Drop it down. Open chest. Lengthen that leg. Big flex. Scan the body. What are you feeling? Time. Switch to the other side. Tuck the tailbone. Tighten the core. Watch for those compensations. Keep your toe pointed down, not up. 3, 2, oh, Copenhagen. Here we go. Get that hand set. Tighten and flex. Again, check in with those hips, that pelvis, constantly working. Switch. Feel that groin. First time I did these, my inner thigh was not very capable. So it's super good, fun to see the progress. Find your wall to build. Notice how you've been able to build some of those accessory muscles that are sometimes difficult to find. Sink it in, tighten it together. How much can you flex? Time. All right. Find that exit. Not exit. Exit. All right, switch. The progression for this one is pretty crazy. You wrap your leg behind and it sticks straight out in front. You don't actually sit all the way onto the ground, but you support yourself on the one leg. I am definitely not there yet. Maybe someday. Just like I said, Copenhagen's, we find those progressions. All right, nice work, everybody. Fantastic. Face your mat. We're going to start with our low runner's lunge. Take your back knee up off the ground. Let the hips drop. Keep the core engaged. Get that stretch. All right, well, that was truly a little bit of a lighter feel. Got to have those to gear up for our light day or our heavy days. Okay, drop that back knee. Hinge the hips back. Toes come up. Extend. Pull the chest forward. Drop forward and down. Find that breath. And then we're going to hit our pigeon. Cross your foot over. Lower down. Make sure your hips are square, right? That pelvis needs to face the floor, straight on. Stay on your hands, lower onto your forearms, or all the way onto your forehead is fine. This is a great opportunity to just focus, scan the body, put your attention where you're feeling the most stretch, the most tension. Then breathe into that point. And then we'll switch to the other side. All right, take that back knee up off the ground, but then let the hips drop. Keep engaged through the core so you're not compressing your low back. You have some flexion in your quad on that back leg. Feel that hip flexor, get the pull, drop onto the knee. Pull your toes up on the front foot and then lengthen. So you're finding that pull back of the left hip. Pull forward of your chest over that toe. And then cross your foot to the other side of your mat. And we'll get that pigeon on our left side. Keep your chest open. Try not to collapse. Keep that right hip pulling toward the ground. Breathe into your tight points. All right, go ahead and roll around. We're going to grab a quick butterfly stretch, and then you can have your day. Put your feet together, soles of the feet. You can plant your hands behind if you find that you're collapsing. You want to try to get those knees to drop open. Feel those inner thighs stretch. Chest stays open. Otherwise, you can grab around your toes, pull forward, keep the back lengthened. Perfect. All right. Great job, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow. Have a fantastic rest of your day.